How you all doing? Okay then, so moving on a little bit from what we left off in the last video. As you can see, all the crankcases are together. That is due to be sort of setting the camera up wrong, and it went on to time lapse. So there's no duration over it. So just to keep you up to date, I'll put that in now. And yes, I think winter is finally here. Yes, I think you'll get the gist of it from that silly footage. I put the main bearing clamp bolts in. These on the outside, they were 25 foot-pounds. The clamp inside there, they were 24 foot-pounds. Got all these front bolts, but I believe they all want some blue Loctite on them. That's those 6 with Loctite on. We'll just pinch them up with the speed brace. We'll just pinch those up. They are 11 foot-pounds. So not very tight at all. So that'll do for those. And then there's 3 at the back. We'll spin it round. There's these 3 long bolts here, which also I believe want Loctite on. Bit of Loctite on there. I'll put the earth cable on this one because I can't remember if it was on that one or that one. And if I put it on that one, it might end up being too short. But I'd rather have it too long than too short. Okay, so now we can pinch those 3 up. These are also 11 foot-pounds torque settings. Just pinch them up. And that'll do nicely for that. Okay, so now I think we can start putting the sump back together. I think we've got to get the oil pump in there somehow, so leave that with me while I clean the oil pump up and stuff, and I'll be back in a bit. Thank you. Oh my god. I just sat down in that. I think we've got a drip. We've got a dripping roof and my bum's all wet and cold. I think the fire's going, sort of. Okay, so we've got our new oil seals. One goes on there. There's a funny shaped one with the flat bottom, goes into there. There's another flat bottom one into there. Okay, so we've got all the seals on. Then we have to plonk the pump on the top. Like so. Then put that there a minute. And there's two fixing bolts there what fix this body to the pump. One there, one there. They want Loctite on them. Red Loctite, I believe. We want a 10mm spanner to pinch them two up. Like so. Got to make sure that these line up with the, there's nothing in that one, but see down there there's a shaft with a spline in it. Make sure that that lines up with it. There we go. Put Loctite on that one, there's one there. Loctite on that one. And there's one there. Pinch that up with the 10mm. Almost forgot that. There's a little jet type thing what should go just there. I believe that's it. That should go in there. And there should be a little rubber seal to go around that. Put the little rubber seal on. Right, now we can plug this back on again. Pinch that up there. Pinch that one up there. Go without the final one. Another chrome screw. That'll do. Okay, so next we want this oil pipe. Goes into there and into there. It's got 4 seals on it. All of them are knackered, so I'll put a new one on there. There's the 4 what are no good. And luckily we've got the right size in here. So that's number 2. And number 3. And number 4. Put a bit of oil on them. That just slots into there and into there. Like so. Then we want the pickup strainer which just goes into this hole here. And I think that just goes round the pipe. Like so. I think there's another pipe here somewhere, let me just check. Okay, so we found the pipe. I don't know if you can see that. There's another damaged seal there. Bloody hell, made me jump. Another damaged seal there, so that wants replacing. The other two don't look much better, so I'll replace those. A screwdriver under them and pull them off. Yes, that looks pretty much worse for wear. That one's bigger. Whack that on there. Drop of oil on there. And that goes down there into that hole, and into that hole. And that's that. I think the next thing is the sump cover. Right then, so this is the sump cover. That's what this one looks like. Pretty disgusting. But we have cleaned the other one up, which looks a lot better. Still needs some going over. Just got to blow the air in there and clean it all out. I managed to get this filter out of that one. Bolts were really tight and destroyed one of them. Had to chisel it out. I did try the impact driver, but I think I've got the wrong bit, and that's the only bit I can find. I need to get one of these out for a spare one to replace that one. I've got this oversized screwdriver, which the smaller screwdriver into there, and then hopefully we can get it undone. Yes. Now we've got the spare one. Okay, so this is about half an hour later. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to take all the pump out again because this plastic pipe here, there's a little hole, it's a bit like that one, but it goes down the side there. And this pipe, it's soft plastic, but it's about 5 times thicker than the hole. So you could imagine the nightmare I was trying to get it in there. So in the end I just took all the pump out again, and I managed to do it with squashing it with a screwdriver, getting it in bit by bit. It does look a bit different in the book because you can see it just there sticking up in this book, but in the other book, where is it? I can see it just there sticking up, but then it's got an extension on it going round to there. If you go to the next picture, you can see it sticking up there. But this is the RX 1000. And this is the GTR 1000, so I'd imagine it must be different, and that's just how it goes. So anyway, now I think we can finally get the sump cover on. Okay then, so we found the gasket set. It was quite expensive, so I put it somewhere safe, and it was that safe I couldn't even find it. But we found it in the end. We haven't got that on yet, that's just loose. Found all the bolts for it, cleaned them all up. If you look at this case, hopefully you can see. If you look at this case, hopefully you can see. Just there's a little triangle, and if you go over there, there's another little triangle, and there is 4 of those apparently. So that's 1, 2, yes, there's one just there, that's 3. So there's one more hiding somewhere, and there it is in the corner, number 4. These 4 bolts have to have blue Loctite on them. And also the middle joints have to have sealant compound on between the bolt holes, this side and that side. And the same on the sump. Bit of sealant there and a bit of sealant down there, as shown just there in the book. So let's get on with that. Okay then, so let's do the daub of gasket glue. The brush has got a bit hard, so that will do for that side. Just carefully put the gasket on. Okay, so now we've got to do this side. Let's fit it out a bit. So that's that. Now we better put that seal in, haven't we, before we forget. Plug that into there. I guess that's just going to drop out. Nope. Okay, so now we can put the oil strainer back in. Try to get everything lined up. Right, let's go for it. Okay, so I think that's sealed properly. I think everything's in there. Please let everything be in there. Hopefully the gasket's still lined up. One, two, three, four. Be 6 of the long ones. 5, 6. And there should be 4 of the short ones. I don't got to put Loctite on them yet, but I'm just trying to get the gasket lined up. 2 more there should be. 1 missing in action. No, there it is down there. There we go. Okay, so this is the number 1 for the blue Loctite. Pull that back out there. Put some of that on there. Plug him back in. Where was the next one? That was another one. That's number 2. Bit of Loctite on that one. Okay, so this will be number 3, and that'll be number 4. Drop of Loctite on there, and on there. I'll just use a little spanner so I don't over tighten them. Start from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it, that'll do. Hope everything's right in there. Put the Loctite away before I stand on it. Okay, so that can go in there. Wizard. Right then, so let's get the new oil filter in. Clean all the fixing point up. First we want the spring on there, then we want the washer on there, and then we want the filter. No indication of any direction of putting it on, so we'll just push that onto there, like so. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Put a drop of oil on the oil seal. Here we can plonk that in there. Plonk. Screw it up. Oof. Then the nut is 17mm and the torque wrench setting is 15 foot-pounds. There we go. We want the drain plug with the new washer. Screw that into the drain plug hole. And the drain plug is also 17mm, and that is 22 foot-pounds. I don't know if that will show up on camera, but there's the guideline, there's the 2, there's the 20. pinch that up. There we go. Okay, then we want the oil pipe. Make sure you get it on in the correct orientation. No, I don't think it's that way, Johnny. So it goes in that orientation to the front of the engine. That steps on there and that connects to there. So first we want the copper washer and the banjo type bolt. Push that through there. And we can put the copper washer on the other side. Lightly screw that into there. The other banjo bolt. Put the washer on. Push it through. Put the washer on the other side. And then screw that into there. Screw them all the way up by hand to make sure the threads are nice and clean. And they should be oil pipe to oil pan banjo bolt 25 foot-pounds. And they are 40mm. There we go. There's that one. And the one down here. And there we go. Click, click. There's another hole here and another hole there, which at the moment I do not have a clue what goes there. I'm assuming it's another pipe like this going from there to there. But can I find one? No. Can I find anything in the book? No. So I'm going to have to scrutinately look at the book again. Scrutinatingly? Something like that. Okay then, so we've scrutinised the book. I still can't find anything, but I've just seen this picture here of the oil cooler. So I'm thinking that the two oil cooler pipes go underneath the engine to there and to there. That one and that one. Right then, so I think that's all the bottom of the engine all buttoned up, apart from, like I say, the oil cooler bolts. So I'm going to have to stand the engine up once so it's standing on the sump so I can work on the other end of the engine. Okay, so we've turned the engine over. I've put these 10mm bolts in. There's two 6mm bolts here. This one, make sure you put the brass washer there. Okay, so I believe these should be 25 foot-pounds. And they are, or I forget, 12mm socket. Just pinch both of them all the way up. There's one click. And there's two clicks. So that's all the crankcase bolts tightened up. I will warn you, if you see the starter motor hole and it's got dirt in it, don't wipe your finger around it, because on the other side there's a sharp burr. And you probably can't see underneath there, but I've got a plaster because it cuts straight through my skin. Hence the rubber gloves. So now we can get this reed filter thing, whatever it is, back on. Okay then, so it's probably easier to put the gasket on the lid first because of this thing sticking up. Push the gasket carefully down past there. We could turn that over. Carefully slot that in there. Make sure the gasket holes are lined up. The screws, but if the gasket's lined up properly, the screws will go in. easily. And then I'll just use the 10mm ring spanner to pinch those up. It's not really clear in the manual of the torque wrench settings for these little bolts. You know, just don't go bad on them and strip the threads and we'll be alright. There we go, that's that done. So yeah, that's every single bolt in the crankcase apart from that one, because if you remember when I was stripping the other engine down, it snapped inside the crankcase, which I believe is that one, and now it's obviously it's not long enough, unless I can find another one in the spares, which I haven't so far. I'm going to have to try and buy one. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Yes, I can honestly say so far I'm enjoying doing this engine. So obviously the next job will be putting the pistons on the cylinders and the cylinder head. And then I think we can put it back into the frame. Ooh. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.
I'll see you in another life, brother.